Welcome to Hong Kong, the Pearl of the Orient. On this episode of One Guy, One World, Two Wheels, we're going to go on a ride along with the Roaring Brothers Biker Club. Later, we're going to go and check out the Motoring Club's car and motorcycle show. So come along, enjoy the ride. A bustling, no-nonsense city. Once a colony of the British Empire until 1997, when its 99-year lease expired and the territory was handed back over to the People's Republic of China. At that time, there was a lot of apprehension from the former subjects of the Queen that they were going to be put under the hardline communist rule of Beijing. Fortunately, the chairman and premier had the wisdom and foresight to not kill the goose who laid the golden egg. If you're in town for a day or so, here's a couple of highlights to check out. Out of central Hong Kong, be sure to take a ride on one of the iconic ding-dings. These are the only double-decker trolley cars in the world that are still running. I took the North Point tram up to Chunying Street Market. Once there, the tram turns on a narrow but busy street filled with vendor stalls. On one side of the street are shop after shop of meat butchers and seafood markets. And I have to say, they do like their food fresh. Across the street are storefronts and stalls selling mostly clothing, apparel, hardware, supplies. This morning we meet with the Roaring Brothers Biker Club on Granville Road here in Tsim Shui, Kowloon. As we are running a bit behind schedule, we decided to make our intros later at our first stop. So we're here in Hong Kong at one of the largest ports in the world here, and I'm with the Vice President of the Roaring Brothers Biker Club, Mike.
Hi, Joe. Nice to meet you.
Well, thank
Welcome
you.
to Hong Kong.
Well, thank you. We're looking forward to seeing what's going on here. So, how long's the club been around?
Yeah, already 2 years.
Oh, so you're a very young club.
Yeah, very young club.
Yeah.
But in before, we already know each other quite many years.
Yeah. Okay. What do we got going on today?
Yeah, I'll be your tour guide today to
Okay.
bring you some special place in Hong Kong to have a special view.
Yeah.
Like this one is one of the biggest terminal harbor in the world. And later we will go to a special Chinese restaurant called Chunong.
Chuno, okay.
Yeah, have some dim sum.
Well, we're looking forward to going along on the ride here with you guys. And
You
we're
will
going to be see that there. So, well, let's go and take a ride.
Let's go and take a ride.
say Hong Kong is the 6th largest shipping port in the world. As we ride past the endless stacks of containers, I see the ports we have in the SF Bay area pale in comparison. Hong Kong and New Territories population is 7.5 million people in an area of 1,000 square miles. So it's no surprise to see so many high-rise apartments. Unlike cities in the West, you won't be seeing sprawling housing developments. Suburbs here are all vertical. And as we pass the endless numbers of these towering apartment complexes, it is just absolutely mind-boggling. Roy Brothers takes us up to the small hamlet of Zhonglong in the mountains. It's one of the few patches of rural environment that are peppered around the Hong Kong New Territories area. Here we are treated to an array of fresh dim sum, egg rolls, and dumplings. I decided to be a bit adventurous where I tried what was known as pig colon. And yes, I have to say the taste takes a bit of acquiring to. The closest thing I can relate would be chitlins, which is known as an American soul food dish. How did you guys come up with the concept of having the club here?
Yeah, 2 years ago, we have quite many cruiser-only bikes. We think that better to form a club to ride together, just riding, not only show off their bike.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Do you guys have anything like prospect or any kind of a probationary period for new riders that come in?
Our bikers club is not same as the motorcycle club. We don't need some probation period. All ride together is our brothers.
Yeah.
So just come and ride. And if they like our badge, just buy our badge and have a rest and ride together.
Oh, okay. How about the image from the public here? We know that you guys aren't an outlaw club, but do you guys get that stereotype from people? That's
actually the public in Hong Kong. Maybe I don't know. I just can say we are noisy, loud, just noisy and loud, and
always giving us a smile,
and some
shaking hands to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we stop in front of the traffic light, always yeah.
yeah,
Thumb
cool.
up, yeah. Take
so
a
you guys
photos.
are almost like rock stars in a way.
Yeah, I can call that.
Okay, yeah.
Especially the Christmas ride, we all in Santa Claus.
Do you guys ever experience any kind of external pressure from the bigger clubs that come in, or are they?
No, not noticed. We just ride and have a laugh. You
Yeah,
know, and politics is not what this club is about. Most of the other clubs are actually smaller than the brothers.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes we join forces with a charity ride, or we go out with them on a certain event. But they're smaller clubs, and everything's friendly. So there's no hang.
Do you guys have any plans in the future where the club itself might be heading to, or where it might go?
Because we main purpose is to form the riders together,
Yeah.
and we target maybe try to travel the other countries, maybe also have a ride,
Oh, okay.
maybe for a few years later try to join the Sturgis Rally.
Oh, that would be good.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Okay.
I think it's good planning, because talking about 1,000 miles or something.
Plus, you have to either ship your bikes over or
or
rent them.
rental. Yeah.
Yes. One highlight that is a must is to take a tram up to Victoria Peak. especially in the evening. Once there, you will be treated by a breathtaking view of the Hong Kong skyline with its dazzling light show on the skyscrapers. Another thing to check out, which is in the Mong Kok district of Kowloon, is the Temple Street Night Market. You'll find a row of outdoor restaurants where crowds of people gather and feast. And then of course there are the 5 blocks of merchant stalls selling everything from cheap electronics, toys, knockoff label clothing, apparel, and artisan crafts. Yeah, it might be a bit of a tourist trap, but it's worth visiting. This morning I took the Star Ferry across the harbor from Kowloon into central Hong Kong Island to attend the Motoring Club's Car and Bike Festival. A ride on the Star Ferry is another must-do in town. A 7-minute trip costs about 23 cents, but you are treated to another amazing view of the Hong Kong skyline, only this time with the mountain peaks as a backdrop. Okay, we're here at the Motoring Club's Car and Motorcycle Show here in central Hong Kong. Here you're going to find all kinds of different organizations, clubs dedicated to various vehicles. We even got buses, we have trucks, army vehicles. So we'll take a walk around, see what we got going on here. And finally, we have our friends, the Roaring Brothers, who of course have their exhibits showing off their bikes and their colors here at the Motoring Club's Festival. We're here with the organizer of the Motoring Club's Car and Bike Show, Ian Foster. How you doing, Ian?
Doing good.
Good.
Good to see you.
Good.
Welcome to Hong Kong.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's a little chilly here, but
It's unusually chilly for us.
Tell us, what's the club show? What's it all about?
Whenever I came to Hong Kong 30 years ago,
Yeah.
there was nothing happening car and bike wise.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
so being from Ireland, we've got bike events all the time. So being an architect as well, I had contact with the government. Approached the government, asked them, can we put on bike show? So we've done a bike show for 12 years. This show, cars and bikes, we started 2 years ago. So
Okay.
it's become an annual event.
Yeah.
Well, pretty lively now. sort of.
And just estimate, what do you think? How many people come through on annual basis?
We did account for the motorcycle show that we do. There was 48,000 come through in the one day. They're all one-day shows. So this round about the same. Because we're in the heart of Hong Kong here, right in central.
Right.
So it's very, very easy for people to come to and come around.
Off the
It's
ferry.
all free. I mean, this is a non-commercial show, so it's open to the public. I mean, a lot of people from the mainland now are starting to earn some money. So now they're buying fancy cars, they're buying classic cars, classic motorcycles, etc. So this was a perfect venue for them. I mean,
Oh, okay.
Hong Kong has had the last 50 years of experience that mainland China hasn't had, being behind the bamboo curtain. So.
Right.
Hong Kong's becoming quite a focus for motoring and motoring enthusiasts, you know.
Good. And how many exhibitors do you have?
We have about 80 exhibitors, maybe about 300 cars, 300 motorcycles, something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm already seeing vehicles I've never seen before.
Sure.
This is
I mean, it's different from America. I mean, Hong Kong has always been a British colony, so the British and European cars were always more sought after here rather than the big American gas guzzlers. So, I mean, even through our history over the last 100 years, it has always been more British things were imported.
Right.
Obviously now it's Japanese stuff coming in, but I mean, our motoring culture is definitely different from what I see in America when I come visiting.
It's a far bigger exhibit than I thought it would be.
You know, I mean, it's nothing compared to the American shows, you know.
Yeah, being here in Hong Kong and near Asia, like you said, a lot of Japanese influence with that. Was there a huge market here for the Triumphs and Nortons?
I mean, looking back, I'm actually at the moment writing a book about the last 100 years of motoring in Hong Kong. So covering bikes, cars, everything. Yeah. And the police, for example, use Triumphs. Oh, wow. So all the police bikes in the 50s and 60s were all Triumphs. So we've got a couple on show over here. You know, then coming into the 70s, obviously the Japanese took over. Right. The British extended it on as much as possible because obviously the British government were here, you know, saying you will buy British products, not Japanese products. So the British strung it out as far as possible until there was just no way they could compete, you know, with a Japanese motorcycle. So in the mid 70s, you started seeing Yamahas and Hondas taking over from the police Triumphs and Nortons.
Well, thank you for the invite and coming out.
Hey, no problem. You're welcome.
Gonna be out
and all your viewers are welcome back in Hong Kong anytime.
Oh, thank you. So there we go. We got Ian Foster here from the Motoring Club's car show in Hong Kong. If you have a spare day, a trip to Hong Kong would not be complete without taking a glass-bottom aerial tram up into the mountains of the Tiantin Buddha and Monastery. Built in the mid-1990s, the giant Buddha is one of the largest in the world. It sits up on a hill where one has to climb over 280 steps to reach its base. Once there, along with being taken in by the enormity of the Buddhist structure, one can get a great view overlooking the valley and the large monastery off in this distance. We end our time here with one last goodbye at one of the Roaring Brothers hangouts here at this Norton motorcycle shop and cafe. This is known as the Power Asia Motorsports Company that, along with it being the only dealership in this part of Asia that sells British Norton, it is also a great spot to pick up motorcycling gear and accessories, as well as being a cafe to grab a bite and a cup of coffee.
great hanging out with you guys today, and catch you tomorrow. Ride safe. Bye.
Given the hustle and bustle of Hong Kong, with all of its crowded streets and endless glass, steel, concrete canyons, a place known for a conservative, business-minded culture, it's understandable that folks here needs to find a way to de-stress. And what better way to unwind is to get on a bike, hit the highway, and let the wind take your tensions away. And for now, while Hong Kong still retains its autonomy and Western-style freedoms, what better way to enjoy those freedoms than to get into the wind and ride?